welcome back to Sunset's Ponies. I have something special today. This video is not the one that I intended to do today. I was going to go over the new darker blue Princess Luna, which I've been holding on to for a while with the intent to do a video. And that's what I intended to do this weekend. However, when I was at Target just now, I found some new 35th anniversary, well, it's actually not 35th anniversary anymore, Basic Fun ponies. And I heard that these were coming out, and I heard that one person had found them, but I thought it would still be several weeks, if not a couple of months, before I actually found them, but I actually found them. Let's see how many times I can say that in a sentence. Alright, so no further ado, we have Seashell. I know everybody's excited about that. Applejack. And Bowtie. So, it looks like Bubbles was also in the set, but somebody beat me to her. So I did not manage to get Bubbles, but I got these three. So let's just go ahead and start with Seashell. I'm surprised that they did her because she's in the sitting pose, which all of the ponies in the main line, out of all the ponies in the main line, there are only two that are sitting, and that's Seashell and Bubbles. So it's a little surprising that the Basic Fun would decide to do these because they had to make a whole mold just for these two ponies. Of course, ideally, we could really hope that maybe they would decide to start doing new characters with all of these ponies, molds that they have. So that would be awesome. So anyway, here we have Seashell. Now, you do see here that no longer does it say 35th anniversary, because we're a year later now. And but instead they have replaced it with the word classic here. Classic, and then there's Earth Ponies. So on the side we do also see all four of the second set of Earth Ponies. And there's the back. Now it looks like it has a new little write-up here. It says, "My Little Pony Classic Earth Ponies are adored for their big personalities and love of nature. These authentic replicas from the 1980s are sure to be the perfect addition to any collection for fans of all ages." Now, if I remember correctly, I think the last few sets said something about combing their hair, so I noticed that they took that out and instead emphasized their big personalities and love of nature. I actually think that's a nice change from the previous little write-up. It does say it has a poster, so it'll be fun to see that. So let's go ahead and open her up. Okay, so now like some of my previous videos, I do not think that I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the plastic, because part of what I like about these is displaying them in the box. And I think we've already established that they do not feel exactly like G1s, but they're very close. They are harder than a G1. The hair is very nice, and is very thick. These are some of the nicest replicas. That's really nice hair. It's a gorgeous, I love this color green. This purple and green color scheme is lovely. I wish more ponies had this kind of color scheme. Hey, Sestra, you gonna join us? If you're gonna join us, you have to move over. Okay, so I actually have two ponies to compare. I have my sister's original childhood Seashell, and I also have another seashell that I got from my own collection before I became the caretaker of my sister's collection in addition to mine. So, Sestra, you're going to have to move out of the way. Yeah, I know. Move out of the way. So you can see that the coloring on the originals, it can change. Some of them, like this one, has yellowed more. And they can also lighten up and turn a little more grayish. So I don't know how exactly how purpley the originals were back in the 80s. But you can compare these to the new one. So clearly we have an extremely purple seashell here. Her symbol is very close in composition, but it is definitely a brighter green. Though part of that may be because it's also on a very darker background. Let's look at the hair. The hair is also very close. Oh, and speaking of which, unique things about these ponies is, besides that these are the only ponies who were ever sitting, they're also the only ones that I can think of off the top of my head that have a blaze. And it's harder to see on the vintage ones, but it is very easy to see on the basic fun one. You can see her there. It's very noticeable. A little slightly smaller than the original vintage ones, but still a nice touch. I kind of wish ponies did have more natural horse markings. That would just be an extra added element that would be fun. So, and we also see that she has the pink flower brush and a pink bow. So while we have her out, let's go ahead and look at the poster. It looks like, just from seeing it here, that it's going to be like all the other previous posters, that it's just a larger version of the back of the box. So let's take a look. They're in the way. So yes, the poster is just a larger version of the back of the box with all the ponies in this set, plus the logo. And you can collect these and more. Speaking of the and more, if you have not already heard, you may have, that it has also been confirmed that in addition to this set, we are also later in the year, probably, going to be getting the second set of rainbow ponies. And I am super excited about that, because out of that set I only own about 3 of them. So there's some ponies in that set that I definitely do not own already. Alright, so next let's go ahead and do Bowtie. Bowtie is also one of my childhood ponies. And I do have mine here to compare. I don't think the previous ones had them taped on to the bottom right here, but these are taped on to the bottom. So there's Bowtie. And here is my original vintage childhood Bowtie. So you'll see that the her body is significantly darker. This might make a good raindrop custom. Is that raindrop? Or nightlight? One of those ponies that's the dark blue. This might make a good base for those who are good at customizing. So her body is definitely a darker blue. Her hair looks like it looks like it's lighter when you look at her first, and maybe it is. It's a more vibrant pink, though mine could also be faded. But it's definitely a more, looks like a more vibrant, shiny pink. I hope y'all can see up beside Sister's hair. But it's not too much lighter. I think part of that is just that the body is so much darker that it emphasizes that the hair is not quite as dark. She does also have her freckles, trademark freckles, which is also something that was pretty unique. In G1 ponies, most did not have freckles, but Applejack and Bowtie did. So I know she has a yellow brush and a yellow bow, so it almost looks like, are they matching? I don't remember the last ponies if their combs and their bows matched color, but it looks like they're doing that with this set. Okay, lastly we have Applejack. Now I actually do not own an Applejack. I think the one Applejack I ended up with a long time ago was, I tried to fix her up and I ended up making her more baity than she was, so I ended up customizing her. And so I just haven't run across another Applejack yet. So I don't have one to compare to. I'm gonna guess that she's probably a darker, more vibrant, kind of like Bowtie is, but off the top of my head she looks pretty close. And she also comes with matching bow and comb. Has her freckles. Alright, so that's the new ponies from Basic Fun. I am so glad that they are continuing to make these. I hope they get into some of the other sets eventually, like the Twice as Fancy, the Twinkle-Eyed ponies. Especially would love it if they would make new characters. That's the one thing I'd really love for them to do. So let me know what you think. Are you going to get these ponies? Are there any other ponies that you think Basic Fun should make? And I'll get with y'all again next week, hopefully. Bye!